hello. Look at me recording on my actual camera. Who would have thought that that was a good idea? Clearly, I'm back home. I'm no longer in Chicago. I have my vlogging camera, which is fantastic. It is, however, 3 o'clock. When I got back this morning, I went straight into work and I've been at work all day and then I just got back. So really, today's vlog may be so short and very uneventful. The rest of the day, I'm going to be doing laundry. I'm gonna clean up my room and my things that I left around here. And then I'm also going to continue working downstairs a bit. I started packing up everything from my apartment and all of my other items that I'm not using on a regular basis into bins a while ago. And I have a few more things now that need to be packed, and the room that I'm gonna be putting the bins into needs to be cleaned. Like half of it's cleaned, but I need to finish cleaning that. So it's just a lot of like half finished projects that I need to finish, which this week I'm gonna focus on because I work tomorrow and Friday as well. This weekend I'm no longer doing anything. I was gonna be going into the city again, but I'm not now. So now that I have this time, I really want to finish up those projects because I have a few other things that I want to start working on, but I don't wanna start working on them until I finish the projects that I've already started. So that's the plan. Like I said, today's vlog is probably gonna be very uneventful. It'll be up pretty late too, since I'm starting so late in the day. I will upload it later, but just wanted to say hi. Welcome to day 14. We are almost halfway there, people. Almost halfway there. The fact that I've actually uploaded a video every single day is, I'm very proud of myself, even though the videos have not been the best quality. But I'm excited for when I'm not uploading a video every single day to have a little bit more time to edit and more content to put in there, because I feel like my video quality and everything that's gonna be in my videos is just gonna go up from here. So I'm gonna start doing my laundry, get that going while I have some energy. My energy levels have been up and down. I had some coffee yesterday, like actually 2 sips of coffee. And then I had the other 2 sips of my coffee today. I like saved it to have today for the drive home. And I took only a few sips, and I used to drink coffee every single day, black. I'd have like 2 to 3 cups a day and I would feel completely normal. Now I have 2 sips of coffee and I'm like uncomfortable. I get jittery, I get hot, and I just like can't really focus, and it's just the adverse effect. And then when I'm not jittery, I'm exhausted and my brain just feels like a pile of mush. So I am trying to get as much done as possible, trying to keep myself moving, because if I'm gonna sit down on the couch, I will not get up until tomorrow morning. And I'll check in with you guys sometime later today, probably when I'm stopping to eat. We shall see. Got a new monstera leaf coming in. This guy's also grown in size. I need to wipe off its leaf. We've got some new leaves coming up for this guy too. Little baby pothos is growing really well too. Both sides are. That guy's growing really well. We've also got another ZZ plant. My baby fiddle leaf that's over here has a new leaf. This leaf is brand new. It's so delicate still. That guy's growing in. It's definitely growing directly towards the sun. And then last but not least, we've got a brand new leaf on this guy too. He's so tall. This is also a plant too that I would recommend if you don't have a lot of windows, because I currently have this in my bathroom and there aren't any windows here. The only light it gets is like through this window or this doorway and that doorway. So it really doesn't get that much light, and it's been thriving. It doesn't do well in direct light. It needs very low light. So if you guys don't have a lot of windows but still want some plants, this is a super cute and very hardy one. Highly recommend it. All right, it's 6 o'clock. I'm eating my dinner right now. I am having a falafel and hummus Buddha bowl with some roasted chickpeas, rice, broccoli, some baked acorn squash. So good, so good. I wanted to close out today's vlog so I can edit it, get it up. I'm likely gonna go to bed at like 7:30. I'm very tired. I wanted to hop on here before I called this a day, and mainly for my personal documentation, but I feel that today I've had a very, not even like just today, it's not like an epiphany of any sorts, but I feel like today was a day where my mindset has really changed, or it's like solidified into the changes that it's been shifting towards. As I've mentioned before, I was laid off in March of this year and I've been unemployed since then. And for a long part of that time, I've just been kind of thinking things are gonna go back to the way that they were, and there's a good chance they will, but not for a long time. And now that I've removed myself from the city life and working all the time, I've realized that I don't know if I'll be able to go back to that kind of lifestyle. I miss being in the city. I miss being close to my friends and my boyfriend, and the city has wonderful, amazing things there. But just the way that I was living my life, I don't think I could go back to. I really don't think I could go back to a life where I'm working 80% of my time to just afford to get by. And, you know, I'd rather spend time doing things I'm passionate about. And even in this time that I've had not working, I've been able to discover what it is that I'm passionate about. I've been able to try things and dive into things and learn more about it. And now I feel like I have a better idea of what it is that makes me happy and what it is that I want to continue doing. And in an ideal world, I could do what I'm passionate about and make enough money to survive off of. Granted, that might not actually end up working out, but I think today I came more to terms with the reality of that. And, you know, I don't think I could ever go back to paying $1,300 in rent a month for a place that's not a home. Like, I don't think that I could go back to doing that. I don't think that I could go back to working so much just to be making only so much money. Like, I would much rather, this fly wants to be a part of the vlog, I would much rather make so much less and be able to do things that I'm passionate about. But I think I've really let go, not fully, maybe like with 1.5 hands, but I think I've let go of the idea that my life is just gonna return back to the way that it was. And I think the reason why I've been able to let go of that more so now than ever is because I don't really want it to go back to the way that it was. There are definitely things that I wish I could have still, like being close to my boyfriend, being able to go to farmers markets, being able to just be in the city. I love Logan Square and I love that area. But realistically, when I was there, all I could do there was really work and spend money. I didn't have space to garden or work on furniture building or any of that. And it's also something too where the city is a fantastic place, but it's an expensive place. And in order to have that kind of space, you have to have an astronomical amount of money. And that kind of money, it's just not something that is in the cards for me to have, at least not in the near future. And I'm okay with that because it's a lot of money. I'm not expecting to all of a sudden have $1 million in the next year to be able to afford a beautiful property and a house with a yard. That just, in the city, that doesn't really exist. So I think I've just more come to terms with the fact that I don't want to return to that kind of life. And now I want to figure out how it is I can make my life the way that I want it to be. I want to see how I can monetize my passions if possible. And again, even if I can't monetize my passions, I'm more than happy working a job as a receptionist or an office admin Monday through Friday for 40 hours to get a regular paycheck if it allows me then to work on the things that I'm passionate about and it gives me that time to still do the things that I'm passionate about. That has really just become the most important thing to me now. And it's no longer working. It's my career goals have really just kind of faded away, and the goals that I had for myself within my career really kind of boiled down to the things that I was passionate about. Like, I wanted to succeed and I wanted to be good at my job, but when I had these issues when I was working, I didn't really want to be selling. I wanted to be making flower arrangements and designing events and thinking of ways to construct, you know, a hanging installation that goes above the altar. Those are the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be more creative. I wanted to be more hands-on. And the job that I shifted to before COVID and before I got laid off was definitely in that direction, which I'm glad that I took that step because I feel like it directed me there. It turned me from one direction to the next. But even then, my job was a salesperson. I was selling those events as well on top of designing them to a certain extent. And selling just really isn't what I want to do. I sold in catering and I was good at it. I did my job because I like doing a good job and I like working for a good company, but realistically, I don't want to sell. I don't want to have to pound the pavement every single day just to kind of get by. And instead, I would rather take my time and learn more about floral design and find ways that I can bring floral design into my life in a more applicable manner. And now seeing how that would happen outside of the city. the goal of mine is to create a life where I feel fulfilled and I get to do the things that I'm passionate about, at least to a higher extent than what I was when I was working in the city. I understand that I can't just decide to make money from my passions. It has to come if it ends up coming at all. And if that doesn't, I still would be happy working any old job, being there, doing a good job at it, but not having that job be my life, having my life outside of that job be what really matters. I don't know, I'm very settled into that mindset, and it's a exciting and nerve-wracking feeling a bit, because I've always put a very high focus on making money. I've always put a very high focus in my brain on making money. And I think that another part of that too is that because I lived in the city, you had to make so much money to get a good apartment. Like out here in the area where I'm currently in now, you can rent an entire like 3-bedroom house on a 5-acre plot of land for less than $1,000 a month. Whereas I was paying almost $1,300 a month for a studio that is the size of a kitchen. And I loved my studio and I loved being there, and I still do. I'm still happy that I did that. But now that I've stepped away, it just sounds absolutely insane to me to be doing that. And I would rather my cost of living go down because I'm not in the city and be able to pursue my passions than working so hard just to have a decent life in the city, because it's just so fucking expensive. Anywho, I'm going on a bit of a tangent now, but I just wanted to like document for myself, looking back, I don't know how many years from now. I feel like I've been looking at the different paths to my future that are there, and different ideas that I want my future to be, if any of that makes sense. And I've kind of been, I imagine it being in those movies where they're standing in a room that's a circle and there's a bunch of doors around them and you have to choose a door to go down, and that's your path that you take. I kind of feel like I've just been standing in the middle of this room with all these doors around me, and I can see a bit of what those would entail. Obviously no one can predict the future, no one can know what's happening. I could make these mentalities and 2 weeks from now my job could call me back and want me back. So it's just, I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I think that I've really stopped going back and forth on what it is I wanna do and where I wanna take my life, because I'm more certain of the things that make me happy. And when I think about this pandemic and how shitty it was at first, it's also been pretty great, because if I wouldn't have been forcefully removed from my work life and from the life that I had in the city, I would have always just had this thought that, oh, it would be nice to garden, but that's probably just not gonna happen. Or it'd be nice to have a little bit more space, but that's probably just not gonna happen. And that's not true. It wouldn't happen if I would have continued on that path, but that's not to say that I can't switch paths. And I think that now I'm ready to embark on a path that's different from the path that I've been taking my entire life. And it's nerve-wracking because I'm a very big planner and I don't like not knowing what's going to happen, but I also feel really good about it and really confident because I know that I'm going towards things that make me happy. Long ass ramble. I'm gonna call this a night. I'm gonna finish my dinner. I'm gonna heat it up now because I've been talking for so long it's cold. I'm gonna take out this memory card and edit. But anywho, thank you for listening to me ramble, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully with more content, but realistically, tomorrow I'm working again. So if tomorrow's vlog is the same as today's, I'm sorry. I hope you all had a great day. Happy hump day, almost through the week, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.